Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I am so happy to be here with you today for my Thursday Facebook Live. And this is when we do simple and stepped up stamping. So we're going to be doing some hashtag simple stamping, stamps, ink, and paper. The actual backbone of what we do. So while I'm just waiting for we'll wait just a couple of minutes for people to gather. I know it takes a couple of minutes for the live to come up in your feed, and I've got major glare coming from my window over here. So I hope you are having a good week. Here we are already coasting towards the weekend. Tomorrow is Friday, and Friday is the day I get my grandkids that live locally here. I have another pair of grandchildren in the UK, and obviously not seeing them. Hey Kathy, I'm glad you're here. So we see our English grandkids by they're American grandkids, but they live in England. We see them via Facebook Live, not Facebook Live, FaceTime. Hey Jackie, I'm glad you're here. So we have some really nice fall weather happening here, and I hope that fall is peeking out where you are. Hey Grace, I'm glad you're here today. So we have, I think I've actually been running on time every time. I've had like 4 in a row I've been on time. Hey Kathy, we've got Kathy and Kathy here, so welcome. I'm glad you're both here. So I was thinking I was going to be late, but I actually made it on time. I'm always, because this is at 2 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock Central Time. So I'm like, okay, do I eat lunch before? I'll probably run late if I do. If I eat lunch after, I'm going to be starving. So before 1 today. Hey Angie, I'm glad you're here. So I think that we are going to jump right in. Hey Elaine, I'm glad you're here. Hope you're feeling better. And Susan's here already? Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and bring camera down and talk to you about my class. And then, hey Terry Lynn, I am glad that you are here. I will add you in with pleasure. So I'm going to show you my class, just a review of my class. And Kathy, oh, you're 200 miles away from San Antonio, and you're a local resident. So you've been traveling quite a bit here lately. So I hope that you are having safe travels and fine weather. So let me show you my not September. I keep thinking we're still in September. Hi Jess, I'm glad you're here. We are in October, and my brain is still in September. Okay, here we go. Let's come down a wee bit, and let me just remind you about my class. And this is my October Cards with a Twist. So just by quick review, in case you're not aware of this already, each month I do a class I recently renamed it, called Cards with a Twist. It's a $35 class. It includes shipping, and we always make 8 cards. And I call it Cards with a Twist because we do 4 designs, 2 each, but there's a little twist with each one. So you can see the twist here is in the shades of the flower, in addition to the card base and designer papers. This one, again, the twist is just the card base, and you can make such a difference by simple changes. And that's kind of what I like to showcase with this class, is just by changing out your designer paper or a color or something, you can make a big difference. I do cut these die cuts for you in the class. And then this one, I realized my leaves got left on my cutting, on my design center over there, but there are leaves that go with this card as well. So those are the 8 cards. You do get 8 envelopes. You do get a full package of these elegant faceted gems to use on all your cards, and then have plenty left over. You also get a package of this designer series paper. It's the one thing that's not cut for you, because you're going to cut your own package. But they're super simple cuts, and I have all the directions for you, and so they're really easy to do. And so you do get a full package of this. This is what I have left of mine because I have used it so much. And this is the Neutrals Neutrals collection stack of papers. And I love Stampin' Up! Neutrals. I love neutrals anyway, but I love the fact that in Stampin' Up! Neutrals, we not only get browns and beiges and grays, but we also get Mossy Meadow, and we get Night of Navy, and we get Mary Merlot, because they really function as neutrals. So that is the class, and this is everything that comes in the class. You have the option to add on, it's a $35 class, let me just remind you. You have the option to add on the bundle at 10% off, and that's 10% in addition to the 10% that Stampin' Up! Gives you off. And then you also have the opportunity to add on these 3 stamp pads. These are the only 3 pads I used on all 8 cards. And we actually were able to achieve quite a few colors through stamping off and different layering with 2 and 3 step stamping. So if you haven't had these added to your collection, this might be a good time to do that. Okay, let's see what we're going to stamp today. What is Candy going to stamp today? Well, we are going Christmas. So I've got out some greens and a little pop of red in here, and let's see where we're going to go. I am going to pull out my Christmas Gleaming stamp set. Let's see, Jess, it is Thursday. Is it Veterans Day weekend yet? You know, I thought that we have several weeks to go before it's Veterans Day. So, and Angie, I did not know that you are in Darlington, South Carolina. Welcome, welcome. You know, Sue Lannon is often on here, and I think she's in South Carolina as well. But I don't know why, but I get South Carolina and North Carolina mixed up. I know that if you live there, they're a really big difference. But so I wanted to pull out Christmas Gleaming. This stamp set debuted in the holiday catalog last year. It's back this year. It does have a coordinating punch. I'm doing simple stamping today. I am bringing in a punch, but I'm not bringing in this one. So let's see where we're going to get on. We're going to do a little bit of virtual design here, so you can see this is my you can see the punch I'm bringing in. This is, if you were not with me at the beginning of the year when we were talking about the new in colors, this is the trifecta of greens, and they are just a gorgeous series of greens. So this is Shaded Spruce, this is our new Just Jade, and then this is Mint Macaron, and they are just so beautiful together. I mean, look at this, deep, medium, and light. So this is kind of the color palette I'm using. I might throw in a little pop of Poppy Parade. And the reason I'm doing that is because I pulled out my flowers for all seasons. Now, let me get my little sampler for you because, again, my set of papers is pretty chopped up. But I do have a little sampler page here to show you. So this is the flowers for all seasons. I've done a lot of Facebook Lives with this paper. When we started out the new catalog this year, I think just about every Facebook Live I did had this in it. So this is probably my favorite paper. We have amazing papers this year. It's hard to choose a favorite. But I wanted to use this today, and there is this Christmas image over here that has the poinsettias, and it has Poppy Parade and Just Jade are the colors in here. But there's lots of different shades in there as well. So that's where I am keying off. And I'm picking up this, I pulled out this paper as well. Instead of doing 2 cards with the poinsettia, I want to do one with the poinsettia and one with these pine boughs. I thought that was really pretty, and it also incorporates a little bit of, what do you call it? Cinnamon cider. I meant to bring some over here and I ended up not, so we will just go with what we're going to go with. Okay, so we're going to do a simple and stepped up card. I think we're going to do both bases in Shaded Spruce, but I'm not sure. And I decided just to change things up, I would do a top fold card. I oftentimes, more often than not, I do a side fold card. So let's just actually get 2 of these going just to see where we're going to land on these designer papers, and I'm very open to your suggestions, so be sure to weigh in. Welcome, Marlene. I'm glad you're here. I did go ahead and cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, just so that we could get on with our stamping. Now you can see where I think those are pretty good places to go. Something that we could do, I'm glad you like these patterns, Mary. I think they're just exquisite. We could add in an extra layer, so we could chop that and bring in an extra layer. It gets really dramatic when you do that, I think. But I kind of like it. I don't know. I like it both ways. So I'm ready for votes, whether you want that extra layer or not. And that's where I was going to bring in the cinnamon cider, but I think I left it over at my design center. So let's look at what we're going to add to this to see where we're going to go. I wanted to go really simple. I would love to add some ribbon. This is the new Snowflake Splendor ribbon, and I'm hoping it shows up in the camera. It's really iridescent. So although it's white, it's also, well, it's iridescent, so you can see through it. It's subtle, but it's sparkly. So I could use that on either of these cards. It picks up greens, it picks up purples, it picks up blues. I could use this on one of the cards. I could actually use it on both, but I've got other ribbon choices. So I think this would be, you like the single. Okay, I think you're right, just a single mat. So let's just go with a red one and a green one. This is actually all the trimming ribbon combo pack. It comes with real red and old olive. But even though this is real red, with that gold, it really blends nicely, I think, with this Poppy Parade. So if we wanted to add a little bit of red, we could add a little bit of red. This would be really subtle if we went with that. And then my other option is that we have just jade, and this is the in color ribbon. So really picks up the greens and these pine boughs. It also picks up the greens here, and it makes it much more subtle. See how this really pops the red? This kind of makes, brings out the green. So tell me what you're thinking. You love only the single layer of red. Yep. Okay, so I think we've got these bases, and I think with that, I won't stick them down yet because we're going to decide on ribbons. And once we decide on ribbons, we'll start thinking about sticking things down. Now, the other thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add some of these holiday jewels, holiday rhinestones. These also came out last year in the holiday book, I believe. They're actually in the annual catalog this year, and I absolutely love them because they have all of these. These are real bluey greens. So this green, this is shade. This is shaded spruce. This cherry cobbler actually might work, although I think I might pick up that shaded spruce here and see if it wouldn't just really pop. But even these, I can't remember if these are Mango Melody or pumpkin pie. I got all my peas, but they really kind of pick up the yellow in the center of those poinsettias. So lots of fun options with the rhinestones. So this is kind of where I'm looking, and just jade on the green. So I think this is what Jackie is saying. I think that would be a good choice. It really does bring the greens into focus. And this would be kind of all about the Christmas greens, you know, the spruce greens and everything. And this will be all about the poinsettia reds. I like that. Now, what I want to do is talk to you about, oh, here's my cinnamon cider. I did bring in the ink at least. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do just a wee bit of stamping, and I like this really plain Merry Christmas because I really want the designer series paper to be front and center stage. So that's all that I'm going to do on here, and I'm going to hand cut my greeting with some long bladed scissors. Here's my, and where, I had a bunch of little white scraps. Let's see if I can locate them. Little skinny white they're on their side. Okay, so no other opinions yet. Okay, so let's just kind of put this over here like so you can kind of still see it. And then as I start stamping, then we will decide what we're going to do with regard to our greeting. Now this is shaded spruce is what I'm going to start with. And let's just do a couple of different colors. And this again is just the Merry Christmas. Really simple. It is a red rubber cling stamp. Look how sharp that is. Isn't that pretty? So what's nice about this is, I mean, this is truly simple stamping where you just cut, and I am going to add the tree punch maybe. We may be happy just with this. And you can see why I do like to use a long bladed pair of scissors for something like this, because my hand's not that steady. Now, there's the Merry Christmas, which I could put there, or I could put there. Definitely want that there. Whether I want to have Merry Christmas in red on the poinsettias, I think I'm going to give it a try. I may just do them both with the shaded spruce. So let's see, I gotta clean this stamp. Oh, there's my chamois right there. Okay, so this is rubbish. I can throw that away. And I will get another one of these. You know, I don't save these little thin pieces of cardstock except for Whisper White, because Whisper White, that's what you can do with it, just like right here. You can do so much with these little white pieces. Okay, let's see how we get on with the Poppy Parade. Now, I will say I just inked this up, so hopefully it's not going to be all soggy. That's pretty soggy. Let's see. I may just have to stamp it a few times and get the excess off of there. Oh no, actually, that looks really good. You see that? Kind of nice. So I'm gonna be up for some votes. What I should have done was, because I don't think I want that there, I probably need to make one more in shaded spruce, but I also wanted to try one in cinnamon cider because these branches, all the branches, oh, there's a little bug. All the branches are cinnamon cider, and then the little, of course, all the foliage is various shades of just jade and shaded spruce and mint macaron. So let's do a little bit of cinnamon cider and just see how that's going to look. And then we'll go back and do one more shaded spruce, just in case we're going to put shaded spruce on both cards. Let's see, I think this is just thick Whisper White. Okay. That might be a nice contrast over here. So there's the shaded spruce. Nobody's weighing in. I'm waiting for your opinions, ladies. I probably need to go ahead and cut them down so that you can actually make a decision. And then we're going to decide whether we're going to add some trees or not. Whether we're going to add little Christmas tree punches. One more in shaded spruce, and then I think we will have all that we need here. I love how crisp this stamp comes out. And it's just, I love the fact that you have all caps, and then you have that kind of classic scripty font, kind of classic old-fashioned handwriting. I don't know about y'all, but I used to love penmanship class. Probably because I did well in penmanship, but I always liked practicing, you know, different styles of writing and different styles of like an uppercase S. Did I want to make it super swirly, or did I want to do something that I want to keep it more classic and what's what I'm looking for? Tailored. So I used to, you know, practice doing curly cues. I mean, you know, there was a time when people really excelled in penmanship. I mean, you look at our founding documents of the country and you look at the way that people wrote. I mean, it's really quite amazing. Okay, let's see. So we're liking, I hear a vote for the cinnamon cider and a vote for the poppy. Poppy on the red, green on the green. Let's see. I'm going to cut them all so that we have a true idea. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some ribbon down. So let's just do like so and like so, because I want to tuck that ribbon underneath my designer series paper. So these are definitely not ribbon scissors. And then we can start making a decision about greetings and trees. And actually, yeah, I can put that up there anyway. I haven't even decided, honestly, whether we're going to do these in portrait or landscape. But putting the ribbons on will not make a difference. So let's start there. And we will go here and bring that all the way across like so. Ay, it's sticking to my fingers. Should have just stuck a glue dot on there. Okay, that is ready to go down like so. Whoops, ay. The seal is very, very sticky. Okay, so there I can go portrait or I can go landscape. Either one is going to look nice. And now I'm going to do the same thing here, and then we'll sort out our greetings. So maybe we want to put, this is one of my favorite pieces of paper in this whole pack. I love, love, love it. It's like china. It's like that pretty willowware china. And it's just beautiful colors. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's go ahead and put more seal. More seal. This will really, really stay down. And I'm going to, now this one, this one's going to have to be portrait because this is a top fold card. And the way I'm putting this on here, it will have to be. So maybe we'll do one portrait and one landscape, and maybe that will keep things kind of interesting. So we're either going to go this or this, and we're either going to go this or this. So let's see what else we can add in here to change things up just a little bit. So I had already punched a couple of trees to kind of play with a little bit here. Let's see. Where did they go? Did they stay? They may have stayed behind my design center. Let's see. These I might end up using. Here they are. Here are my trees. So what I was thinking was I could do something like this. I could do something like the dark green on the red card. I could do something like this. See, this is where the dark green now is going, because if we add the trees, then it gives us that extra layer of contrast. So we could do something like this. We could add a third tree in, and this is just a piece I picked up in my scrap pile. I think this is actually the new brass. We could arrange our trees and do something fun like this. Well, we'd make them a little straighter, but you get the drift. So do we like the gold or do we like just the green? Poppy Parade and trees. Okay, so there is a vote from Susan to go with this. I honestly think that gold is a little bit competing here. I think it might be a little bit much. Do we want a third tree? Let me punch another tree. This is the tree punch. Great punch, and you can see how it can really transform a card with very little effort and very little supplies. So if you are a new stamper starting out, you could do a whole set of Christmas cards, whoopsie, very easily with just a few things. This is one stamp set, it's one punch, one set of designer series papers, and you have a lot of options. So there's the 3 trees. You like just the 2 trees. Passing on the gold, okay, I totally agree. So maybe we're just going to do the 2 trees. I like that. I think that's a good, I think we're settled on this one. So we'll add a little bow or knot up here. We'll add a little bit of bling. So let's come over here and let's think about this, because we could add just 1 tree like that. I kind of like that, to be honest. Because see, now our contrast, there's just a lot of shaded spruce there. We could bring in that gold tree because I think it's going to pick up some of this cinnamon cider. So we could do something like that. The dark green gets lost on the holly card. Okay, this green, I think you mean this one. Let me see. Okay, 2 green, I've got 2 trees is the vote for this one here. So this one over here, we could just go gold with green. We could do 1 tree like that. We could do 1 tree like this. So let's kind of get a couple of different things going here. So you can tell me what you're thinking. And I'm going to punch a couple more trees just to see if we want a second one. Maybe I'll just punch 1 more tree. 2 green trees. Everybody's liking the 2 green trees. So do I do 2 like this? Do I do 1 gold one like this? So while y'all are thinking about that, I think we've pretty much settled on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting this one down, and I need some dimensionals. Gold tree and cinnamon cider. Oh. So we could go here and here. Now there you go. That's totally different. That's a much softer contrast. That makes it definitely soft. What do we think about that? Okay. You like the gold and the green together. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and put these guys down, and I'm going to overlap these a little bit because I think that was a nice look. So we do these 2 trees, and then we're going to get to play with the bling. 2 large, 2 small. Let's see, I'm not totally sure what you're meaning, Mary, so I need you to clarify, please. There we go, 2 trees like so. I think maybe we'll do them straight. Hopefully that we'll get them straight. Let's see, there we go. And then we're going to pop that right like so. And I think the easiest way to do that is with mini glue dots. So let's put those, you know, anytime you're doing really skinny strips like this, because I'm not going to, I already put the trees up on dimensionals, so I won't put this up on dimensionals as well. Not because it won't go through the mail, it will go through the mail with just a single stamp, but sometimes it gets to be a little bit too much, and I want every single piece to have its own, stand up because I'm going crooked. I'm upside down. Let me make sure I'm okay. I think we're there on this one. So now let's come in and let's think about a bow. Maybe we're still going to come back to the green card. Let's kind of wrap this one up. And I think a bow might be, because everything else is quite small here, I think the bow might be just a ticket instead of a knot right up here. What do we think? Do we like the bow? Is that too much, or is that about right? I think I like it. So while we are weighing in on the bow, I'm going to bring out my holiday jewels, my holiday rhinestones, and I think I have, no, my pick a tool disappeared. There's a little bit of gold in this ribbon. It has that little gold edge, which I think picks up this yellow nicely, which I think means that if I put a yellow center in these, it might be a little too much yellow. I don't know, looks kind of cool. The other thing I could do is just to sprinkle some of these green rhinestones, or I could bring in some red centers and give several of these a red. Oh, that looks really pretty too. I think I'm liking the red. I think I'm liking the red a lot. Okay, Susie, you like the bow? Okay, everybody's on with the bow. So what I'm going to do, because this is stretched taut across here, my best tip is to not try to tie the bow on that because then you have tension and you have all kinds of things. So I'm just going to grab a mini glue dot here and tuck that under there. And then I'm going to go right over that mini glue dot with my bow, but I'm probably going to need to add one more. So I'll have kind of a double glue dot spot there, but it's going to be really secure there. And that keeps my ribbon from like flying around or anything. So I'm really, really liking these red poinsettia centers. And so I'm thinking that if I do several like that, that's probably going to be the ticket. I'm not going to do them all over the entire card, although I could. Dang, you get started on this and you kind of just want to keep going. Let's see if this, you can get too much of a good thing, but I kind of like these next to that, to the green trees, because I think it gives a little bit, it's that contrast that's really nice. So, but then does it look odd that I have some that do and some that don't? So let's just do them all and we'll just bling this thing out. Somebody is going to get a really fancy Christmas card. Now, if you can, of course, color our regular rhinestones with your blends, but I will say it's awfully nice to just have all the colors here, open it up, stick them down, boom, you're done. There is something really nice about that. Yeah, this is a fancy card. I'm putting a lot, I'm just going crazy with these. Way more than what I typically do, but I have to say I really kind of like it. Yeah, build a card, much better than build a bear. I agree, Terry Lynn. This is just way too much fun. Now, I do have a couple of options for the inside, and I think I know which direction I'm going to go. I think that rather than going with a white inside, I think I'm going to go with this, so that, actually, I want to go with this one. This is just jade. Ah, I cut that out. I can't go with that. That's not going to work because I was cutting. And this is mint macaron, which looks pretty good. But I really kind of wanted that just jade. So, oh, Susan, I'm glad you like the card. It is, you know, it's super simple stamping. You know, I hand cut that. That's all the stamping. It's all about the ribbon. The paper is what really makes this. And I think all we've done here is we've added elements that cause the paper to really, really be showcased. So I think I am going to go grab a little bit more of this just jade. Let me take you 1 second here. Soft colored cardstock on the inside of a card really makes a difference. And although I could put Whisper White in here, look what happens Look at the cohesion of color when I put that on the inside. And you know, I think what I will do is, do I even have a block over here? Probably not. I think I'm going to take this stamp and I'm going to put that on the inside. Grab a block. Doing a bunch of design work this morning. Merry Christmas. Deck the halls. You know what? I think we're just going to do the whole thing here. Let's just do all the words from this stamp set and really just make this a special Christmas card. And then we're going to move on to this one. And we're going to make it special too. So I need an ink pad. Here we go. This is a super simple card. For those of us who use this design paper you can get in a stack where you get a lot of a particular design. So that would be something that would be worth doing. So there is my Deck the Halls. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this stamp off. And I'm going to go ahead and add the other word, set of phrase, I should say, that I think goes really nicely right below here. There we go. But you know what? Having said that, now, maybe I'm liking it now. Nope, needs to be on here. Okay, Candy, pay attention to what you're doing. Mary, the Just Jade sheet with the tree punched out might look nice inside the green card. You're right. That's a good call. Let's give that a try. Okay, this, I've got dimensionals everywhere. My husband says, you know, you guys have dimensionals absolutely everywhere in this house. Yeah, I know. I know. They just have, they have enough static electricity that they just stick to everything. And once again, I emptied my trash bin and I did not put it back over here. So there we go. That is the finishing touch for card number 1. This is totally done now. We're going to stick this down. And my seal is here. Do a little bit on all 4 sides so that it's going to stay really secure. That, I mean, isn't that just a really nice contrast? And I think rather than being just white on the inside, then it really, really pops. So there. I like this a lot. Okay, let's move on here. We've got another one to do. This is going to be our second version. And let's see if we're going to go here and have just a little bit of gold peeking out. Do we like this, or do we want just this? I feel like it needs this. I feel like this is too soft, that if we're going to go with the shaded spruce and the cinnamon cider, or we go with the gold with the shaded spruce, and I think we should go with just one tree on this one. Yeah, dimensionals are everywhere at your house too. Oh, Kathy, thank you that you feel like all my cards are special. Thank you very much. And I think while I'm waiting for opinions here, while I'm waiting for that, I think I'm going to put a ribbon knot on this card. So we had a bow on the last one, but this one I think because we have all of the greenery, it kind of lends itself. And this is also a thicker and rougher ribbon. It has a lot more texture. I think this kind of lends itself to being a knot, not a bow, a knot instead of a bow. Make myself clear here. And this one I am just tying down, but I will show you my other little glue dot trick here as well. So there is my little, what do you call it? Square knot. And let's just, I always trim them on the diagonal. I should say almost always. I think it just finishes it off much more nicely. Also helps to keep it from fraying. So this sits pretty nicely, but if you're ever kind of nervous about it shifting on you, again, just grab a glue dot, put it underneath that knot, and it will secure it so that it doesn't go anywhere at all. Let's see, I got the tail on there. Okay. Okay, so what are we thinking? Green with cinnamon or gold with green? Nobody's talking to me. I'm going to just make a decision here if nobody's going to talk to me. And then we're going to put some of these green jewels on here, and it's going to really bling it out nicely. Oh, you know what? I think I am not in the camera again. Do I need to go up or down? Up or down? I think I'm too far up. I think I need to go here. No, I need to go up here. Okay, gold with green. I think that's a good choice, Susie. I think it's a really good choice. And I think also, just to kind of change things up a little bit, kind of show you some variations on a theme here, I think I'm going to stick the tree down, and then we're going to pop up the greeting this time. So let's put a couple of dimensionals on the back. Gold with green, second vote. Okay, great minds thinking alike here. I like it. This is the getting the popular vote already. Cinnamon cider. I know that was enough. I think that either one of those is going to look really good. You know what? I meant to put this flat and put this on. Oh, well. That's what happens when I talk. I don't think. Okay, so let's go with this. And I'm thinking that a lot of us have this stamp set from last year, and if you don't, it's still available. Now what I need to do is tuck a mini dimensional in there so that my my greeting doesn't go all wonky. Now this is just, to me, this is really subtle and classy and very kind of tailored. I would send this to a man in a heartbeat. I think any of us ladies would love it, but I think it is a little bit more masculine in its feel because of the foliage, and because we have the twill ribbon. The twill ribbon is great for masculine cards. So I'm liking that. Now we will do just a little bit of bling. So here we go. Because Christmas lights are masculine just as much as feminine. Christmas lights are for everybody. So I think what we're going to do is we are going, now I could put some on the tree to make it look like Christmas lights, but I think I'm going to instead just do little falling green sparkles. We're just going to do them like so. So that we just have some little green bits coming down our card, giving just a little bit of shine. You know, lights at Christmas are just such a part of the season. You know, Jesus is the light of the world, and the Christmas lights, any kind of light and sparkle is such a part of that. What color of green did I use on the inside of this card? This is just jade, Jackie. So I used shaded spruce here. And for anybody who came in later, if you take shaded spruce and you take just jade and you take mint macaron, you have the trifecta of cool greens. These are just beautiful together. And so I've taken shades of this for the project today. So because the background of this one is just jade, I pulled the just jade into here as well. And the shaded spruce, which is the deeper version of that. And then this one is shaded spruce. And then we haven't done the inside yet. I'm thinking we might do a lighter inside because this is so much paler. But I think the green shows quite nicely there. Now what Mary had said was this nicely on the inside. I could cut that down and do that on the inside, which would actually be kind of cool. A way to save that. Simple yet sweet. Yeah, exactly. This is simple stamping, Mary. This is the kind of stamping that you don't need a ton of supplies for, and you don't need a ton of time for. And this is just casual stamping that you can do, you know, on a weekend. You could easily pack this into a suitcase and work on it somewhere, because it is just one set of, here again, you can see the beauty of having the holiday rhinestones, and you can work on different colors of cardstock, different colors of ink, and use just one set of rhinestones, but still get those pops of color in there. So let's see, do we want just jade in here, or do we want to go with mint macaron this time and get that lighter green? I kind of like that just jade in there. That's a really good call, Mary. So let me just shave this down a little bit. I think you guys are liking my simple stamping today, which is always good. And you guys are liking what I'm doing. It's kind of like one of those games, you know, where it starts like talking to you, one of those games that our grandkids play, and it starts lighting up when you make points. That's kind of the way I feel when you like my cards. So I think that that is going to be a really good, kind of a fun thing there. So let's go ahead and put our, I think I'm going to put just the single on the inside of this one. If I can find my, where is my ink pad? Where did I put it? Shaded Spruce ink is probably right under my nose, but I can't, I put it over here where I wouldn't drop my card in it, which is a good thing. Okay, so here we go with Deck the Halls. So this one, I'm putting just that. That really is a sweet touch for the inside of a card. Great call. Mary Sosa called it today. I think that's a great way to put something on the inside of your card. And then you could use that tree on this card. So again, the paper, this is one pack of paper. Now there's a lot of other designs in this paper because it is flowers for all seasons, so they're not all Christmas. But there is a stack you can get. I believe customers can get it too. I know demonstrators can, but there is a stack of this paper where you don't get quite as many designs, but you get a lot of, like 4 designs. And I believe that this Christmas is one of the designs, the poinsettia one. So there we have it. We went simple and stepped up all kind of at the same time, because the only thing we really stepped it up with is with the bling and the punch. Because the simple stamping was just the stamps, ink, and paper, the designer paper, as opposed to just cardstock. And then we did do a really nice inside as well. So you can see, I mean, even just working and talking together with you guys through this, I made these 2 Christmas cards really quickly. So I do want to encourage you to grab this Flowers for All Seasons paper. If you don't already have it, if you do, you might want to get a second package. And again, this is all of the different designs. So I used this one for Christmas and then this one. These are the 2 Christmas designs. Although you definitely could use this one that has a lot of green here, these 2 that are just jade. Those would also work. So I did want to also tell you that if you got my email this morning, I was sharing about not only my card class, which I showed you already, but I am doing a single day retreat on the 24th. And some people had asked, because we're doing projects built around this, what do you call it? The plaid tidings paper. But somebody was asking which stamp set we're using, and so if anybody else is wanting to know, we're using Beautiful Autumn. So we're doing all autumn projects. We're doing boxes and cards. I have 8 projects for you. I have a goodie bag. We have all-day stamping. You get a gift with this as well, and then there is an optional add-on class, and that is with Snow Wonder. They're really cute, probably not cute. The really elegant, classy snowman is the one that we're using for that. So if you are inclined on the 24th to join me for a virtual event, it's kind of like this. I do Facebook Lives, several of them all day to go through all the different projects that we're doing. We interact just like we're doing here, and we run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Everything is recorded, so you have access to it. It's a private Facebook group. And then there are also PDF tutorials for all the projects. So I hope you will consider joining me from the safety of your home. And that is it for today. We did simple stamping and stepped up. 2 different versions of a Christmas card featuring the Flowers for All Seasons Designer Series paper and the Christmas Gleaming stamp set. This is one that debuted last year. You may already have it in your collection. If you don't have it, it's a good one to add to your collection. It does have coordinating punch for both, for both of these. Yeah, for both of these punches. Both of these ornaments have a coordinating punch. So thank you again for joining me. Don't forget, when you share my video, you go into the drawing for my monthly giveaway of a free stamp set. So be sure to share my video, and I will name it as soon as I'm done here, so that if you're going through my my Sweet Stamper Facebook page here and you're looking for what did she do on that card that used that stamp set. So I try to put a description that will help you to locate things after the fact. So, hey Veronica, I didn't see you here earlier. Welcome. That is it for today. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I will see you here Tuesday at 2 o'clock for Teach Me Tuesday stamping. And don't forget this Saturday is the last day to sign up for my October, let me grab it, Cards with a Twist. So don't forget, Saturday is the last day to sign up for this 8-card class. And that is it. Again, I will see you here next week. Don't forget to share. Take care, and God bless.